Hello, everybody. Welcome to Crackers and Milk. This is your host, David. I'm joined by Jake and Ryan.
Howdy.
Giggles already?
I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Today we are going to talk about Power Rangers.
Tyrannosaurus Rex!
Oh.
I wanted to be Jason.
No, you can be Billy.
No. Whatever. I'll be Tommy.
But I was gonna be Tommy next.
No. Tommy gets to be the White and the Green Ranger.
No.
Yeah.
He does.
Did you not watch the show?
I did watch the show. I rewatched the introduction of the Green Ranger. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't know he turned. What?
He's a bad guy first.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to watch, the switch of those two.
Yeah. He becomes good and then he becomes the White Ranger.
That makes sense. Okay. Jake, do you have the synopsis for Power Rangers 2017?
Yes, I do.
Awesome.
5 ordinary teens must become something extraordinary when they learn that their small town of Angel Grove and the world is on the verge of being obliterated by an alien threat. Chosen by destiny, our heroes quickly discover that they are the only ones who can save the planet. But to do so, they will have to overcome their real-life issues, and before it's too late, band together as the Power Rangers.
Yeah. Such a good movie. I mean,
In theaters now. Well, back in 2017.
okay, so the Power Rangers rating for IDBM is 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
And then Rotten Tomatoes is 49%. And then the audience approval is like 66%. Which isn't bad.
Yeah.
It's not
Decent.
bad. Decent. The director is Dean Israelite. He also did Battle Los Angeles and Project Almanac. I don't know. I think I heard about Battle Los Angeles, but Project Almanac.
I've heard of both of them.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Me too.
And they're both science fiction. I can't remember what Project Almanac is about, but I think it's time travel.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
it is.
Okay.
And then Battle Los Angeles had Aaron Eckhart in it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
I
Ava.
like that movie.
I've never actually seen it.
Battle LA.
Oh, nice.
It's a good one.
Okay.
It's fun.
All right, then the competition. So you had Power Rangers, Chips, and then Wilson, and then April came out. Then it was Fate of the Furious, Smurfs 2, Guardians 2, The Lost City of Z, and then in May, Alien Covenant, Pirates of the Caribbean, whatever, which one? I don't know what number. I said 7, but 5. Okay, fine. And then King Arthur. So then you had the top 10, which was Star Wars, Beauty and the Beast, Fate and the Furious, Despicable Me, Jumanji, Spider-Man Homecoming, Wolf Warrior 2, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Thor Ragnarok, and Wonder Woman. And the range was 1.3 billion to 821.8 million. That was the range of those.
Okay.
So it was a good range for money. And then the release dates for those. So there was Beauty and the Beast, Fate, Guardians 2, Wonder Woman, Despicable Me 3, Spider-Man, and Wolf Warrior that came, and then Thor Ragnarok, Jumanji, and then Star Wars. That was the order that they came out of. So there's only one of that came out before Power Rangers. One of the top 10. And that was Beauty and the Beast. That was the only one. And that was number 2. That was a big number 2. But that came out a month before. So notables that year, before or throughout the whole year, was for me Big Six, Split, Triple X3, Get Out, Resident Evil, and I thought Get Out, that was a surprise movie.
Yeah.
Because it was a horror movie, but it came out of like people knew about. I felt people knew about it, but it just came out of nowhere to take a piece of the market out.
Yeah.
You know, 50 Shades Darker, John Wick 2, Lego Batman, Logan. This was all February, and then Kong Skull Island, and then March, Baby Driver came out, Boss Baby, and then in May, in April, it didn't seem like there was very many.
When did Guardians of the Galaxy get released?
April. Oh yeah, that was the only one in April.
Yeah.
That I thought was pretty noticeable. I didn't put it on there because we've already talked about it. And then in May, it was like Baywatch, Captain Underpants, The Mummy, and then Cars 3. And then in June, All Eyes on Me, Transformers. And then July, War of the Planet of the Apes, Dunkirk, Atomic Blonde, Emoji Movie, Dark Tower. August, the only one that stood out to me was Downsizing. And then September.
Was that popular?
I don't think it was. I just knew about it and I thought it was interesting. But watching that movie wasn't. It's not a very good movie.
No.
Not a very good movie. No. Battle of the Sexes. The 3 billboards. Wherever in Missouri, I don't know the rest of the thing, but it was in the Academy Award talk. I, Tonya, Molly's Game, Lego Ninjago, Kingsman 2, then My Little Pony. Then in October, Blade Runner 2, or the one with Ryan Gosling.
Yeah,
And then-
Blade Runner 2.
Yeah, Coco came out in October, and Justice League. And then in November, Murder on the Orient, Daddy's Home 2, The Man Who Invented Christmas, Paddington 2, and then Wonder, then Pitch Perfect 3, and then in December, Shape of Water, Disaster Artist, Greatest Showman, Hostels, and Father Figures. Those were I felt that they were notable movies that came out that year, so I could see why some of it was taken out of. Some of the market was taken out from Power Rangers.
Yeah.
That was just some.
Was it
stuff.
taken away though? No.
No, I think.
Power Rangers did make money, just not a lot of it.
Yeah, the budget was 105, and then they made 143.3.
That's nostalgia money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's I don't know.
so I did more research on it.
Yeah.
They're actually going to do another one of these.
Are they?
Hasbro bought the rights. So Hasbro will do a Power Rangers, but it won't be with the same group.
Oh.
They always do another Rangers movie. All the time.
All the time?
Oh my gosh, it's like every so often they want to do another one.
Well, it was massively powerful or massively popular when we were growing up.
And powerful.
Powerful and popular.
But funny story is, me and my siblings started watching it, and my littlest sister started kicking us, Power Ranger style, so we weren't allowed to watch it anymore.
She ruined it for you.
She did. She totally did.
I hate little siblings.
All right. So, what did you guys like about the movie, and what didn't you like about the movie?
Go ahead, Ryan.
I'm in the 40% on this. I'm not a big fan of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that they tried to make it too cool of a movie.
Yeah.
And I think the Power Rangers should be more of a kind of a goofy, silly.
It wasn't goofy silly to you?
No, I mean, it was. They didn't do it intentionally.
I thought it was really goofy.
Mm.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
No, I think that the high names, the big names, I think they phoned it in. They weren't.
Oh, so like Bryan Cranston,
Mhm.
Elizabeth Banks, Bill Hader.
Yep. Bill Hader. I felt Bill Hader that's not a good role for him. It was just. I don't know. I love his voice impersonations, but
Yeah.
but I feel that Bryan Cranston was not a good Zordon, and Elizabeth Banks was just weird as Rita.
Yeah, I could see that.
I don't know. I thought they did okay.
Well, what did you like about the movie, though, Ryan? We'll get to Jake.
Action scenes,
Action scene.
Go Power Ranger stuff.
The only
know.
time the only
I think they took.
song.
I think they took a really long time to really develop those characters as Power Rangers.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't really become the Power Rangers till like the movie was almost over.
Oh yeah, it was like the last like half hour, 45 minutes probably.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's already been a couple movies. I know that they want to reboot the whole series, but that took a long time to get to the whole.
That was a problem with it, is they were trying to introduce it to a new audience when the audience they should have been going for is the people who grew up with it.
Mhm.
Yeah. But like with that, I lost my question. Never mind. What did you like about it,
Well, they're dragging big giant robots
Jake? That looked like dinosaurs.
that look like dinosaurs.
That was very like it was hard to distinguish. Like I understand like it was hard to distinguish what they were at times.
Mhm.
Like it was like,
Well-
what dinosaur is that?
As a
You know?
fan of the original TV series,
Yeah.
or at least the original American TV series,
Yeah.
I knew what they were.
Well, I know what they were too. Like, but it was like, I felt with the original, like you could tell, okay, this is the Triceratops. This is
Well, yeah,
that, and
because they were little toys that they were pushing along.
yeah, I get that.
No,
But they could have done it with this.
I thought the actors who were the Power Rangers did good. I like that they didn't make the Asian kid the Yellow Ranger. I like that.
Yeah.
They
And
didn't
then
make
they-
the black kid the Black Ranger. That always seemed odd to me when I was watching the original
Yeah.
TV show.
I
So
always found it funny. I've seen that.
no, so I thought the kids did good.
Yeah.
I can agree with Ryan that they did try to make it too cool, but
Mm-hmm.
to me it was just a goofy Power Rangers movie. So
Yeah.
that's what I went in with 0 expectations.
Yeah.
It maybe moved up 1 expectation,
Mm-hmm.
but I thought Elizabeth Banks was pretty good as Rita.
Yeah.
Bryan Cranston,
Yeah.
he'll always be the husband on Malcolm in the Middle to me. I didn't watch Breaking Bad, so
No, so my expectations in going into this movie is the normal Power Ranger TV show where it was, okay, you fight Rita, you fight the villain, you supposedly beat him, and then you get overconfident, then you have to fight him again, and then that's when you kill him. That was all my expectation, and then I had to hear, it's morphin' time. And I wasn't like, I didn't say, okay, you have to play Go Power Rangers, the theme song. You didn't have to for me, but it was a nice touch when they did it. And so I'm like, okay, cool. All my expectations were met. I thought Rita was a little weird because of like, I get the gold thing, but it like,
I like gold.
yeah, it was really weird.
I
Like,
know.
it was a she was so psychotic in it
Yeah.
that it was really tough to be like,
Very
I
creepy.
didn't mind it, but it was just like they could have done a little bit better job on it, you know, like just like everything else. But because of that, and then the one thing that I was a little bothered by, and it was just something stupid. It was, spoiler alert, when they pull out
Don't turn off.
they pull out the Blue Ranger from drowning, and all they do is just go like this. And she's like, oh, she's dead. He's dead. He's dead. Doesn't even resuscitate him. Nothing. nothing.
True.
I was so taken out of the movie. I was like, man, that's so stupid. Why would you do that? It's 2017. You better just like do a little. And then the thing that got me back was the song that they played when they were carrying him, because it's a rendition of Stand By Me.
Yeah.
And it was just like, oh. And then it got me right back into it. And then how he wakes up is he just spits it out. He spits out the water. And it's like, why didn't you just resuscitate him?
And he's
right
okay.
there? Boom, boom. It's
Yeah.
cool, cool.
Yeah, everybody knows.
Magic.
Do the beat to Staying Alive. Staying alive, staying alive.
And that's why, like, and references that they did inside the movie.
Yes.
Like you had when he kicked the yellow Camaro. I think it was a Camaro. And he's like, sorry, Bumblebee. And then you have the Blue Ranger saying, yippee-ki-yay, and then he stops. He's like, oh, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. And so it's like, wait, it is 2017 in your universe. You should know how to do this. So that's the only thing that I was like a little bit bothered by, but the rest of the movie was like, oh, I'm good. I'm good, I like it.
Yeah. I felt it was enjoyable. Was it a great movie? No.
No.
It was based on an old Japanese TV show and
Yeah.
toys and all that, so it was about what I expected it to be.
Yeah. I think that's cool. And like, I thought them coming together, like the Megazord.
Yeah.
Is it Megazord? Is that what they call
The
it?
Zords and then the Megazord
Yeah.
is the Voltron.
Yeah. They come together, and it was like they get pushed into a pit, and then they come together. Like I thought that was a little like, well, I get it, but it would have been kind of fun to like see them come together. But then instead of having them in the face, that's how I would imagine them, is in the face in the old Power Rangers. And it's like all in the body. It's like,
Yeah.
it's a little weird, but I get it. Like they want to make it at least a bit more believable than what it was when we were growing up.
Well, I enjoyed that they brought in Goldar as the big bad villain.
Yeah, that was cool. I like that.
So there was enough nods to my childhood that I enjoyed it, but
Yeah.
I'm like of two minds of this. Like, was it good? Was it just stupid?
I didn't like the putties so much either.
Yeah, those were weird.
They were kind of.
It was just rocks, like coming together.
I just felt that they were trying to overdo everything.
Yeah.
And even Bryan Cranston as Zordon was just maybe too high of an actor.
Who would have been like a good one? Like that would have been.
Just some no name.
Sean Connery.
Yeah, Sean
Well,
Connery.
Do you think like the Red Ranger, the original Red Ranger,
Come
would have
together,
been a good
Rangers.
one to do that with
Oh, actually get the guy who played the Red Ranger in the TV
in the
show.
TV show?
That'd been kind of cool.
That would have been interesting.
Yeah.
Just as Zordon, be like
Yeah.
because he was like Zordon was the Red Ranger,
Yeah.
and then you pass it on to the next Red Ranger.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
That would have been interesting. That would have been fun.
good idea, Dave.
Because they did have the cameos of the Green Ranger and the Pink Ranger at the end.
Yeah.
And now I'm happy that they did those two. I wondered about like the red, the black, and the
Blue.
yellow, and the blue. Yeah. I was like, well, why didn't they do it? Because I think the black, I know the black and the Red Ranger are alive, and the blue, because I follow that because I know we're doing this. I'm starting to follow them on Instagram.
I
Be
swear
like,
one of
okay.
them. I swear one of them passed away.
Yeah, and see, like I don't know
It
which
might be.
one.
It might be the yellow.
Yellow Ranger,
Yeah,
because like I think one of where I was looking at it, it says like all the surviving members did
Mm-hmm.
take part of the movie, and it's like, oh, well, who's dead?
Somebody passed away.
Yeah.
and I can't remember.
I don't
which
know.
one.
Yeah. See, and it'd be really interesting. What was the mom of the Black Ranger, the Yellow Ranger?
I don't know.
Alright.
See, they instead of getting Roy for the dad of the Red Ranger, they should have gotten the Red Ranger.
Something.
Or the Blue Ranger as,
Right.
as a small, like, hey, here's a good
How
token.
come you're not writing movies and casting?
Yeah, you should be in casting.
Yeah.
Hasbro, we've got your guy.
He works for No Bake Cookies. And crackers and milk.
Brings him comfort.
Yes.
And a
yes,
bed.
yes.
And a bed. You'd be good. Maybe some bedding to go with the bed.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Did you like how they killed Rita? Or no? Is she dead or is she just frozen?
I don't-
Like, because I don't know their universe thing on freezing in the outer space.
Rita's never dead.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
always around.
But like they froze her at the end. That was the weird thing about it for me. It's like
So-
why did you even kill her? Because to me that's killing.
No, they can still do a second movie with Rita.
Yeah.
And then they,
Mhm.
what was it, Lord Zed or something?
Yeah.
And that's the is he the more powerful villain out of
Yeah.
Rita and
I'm trying to remember, did Rita start or was it like
yeah, Rita started.
Ivan Ooze? Who is that?
No, Rita started.
Rita started,
Yeah.
but
Like we're going back and watching that TV show. It was weird.
no. Well,
Like now as an adult, it's a little weird. Like Rita's talking. Like I know we've talked about our YouTube videos where it's a little off.
Yeah.
Totally off.
yeah.
Totally off in the Power Rangers.
Wasn't that like
TV
the
show.
Because she was speaking Japanese.
I didn't know that.
She was so far off.
I didn't know that.
Horrible.
It was that.
They could.
I think
So
she was
all the
from
scenes
original.
where, at least the first season, all
Yeah.
the scenes where they're in the Rangers,
Mhm.
that's from the Japanese show.
Mhm. Yeah, all the fight scenes and the. So it even looks
So
like, even when they're speaking, it kind of looks like it's a little off too, even when
Yeah.
they're in their masks.
Oh.
It looks a little off.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So they all the scenes where they weren't the Rangers, they just shot those over with the American kids.
Yeah.
Oh.
But
That makes
Rita,
more sense now.
Rita never wore a mask, so
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't know that. Thank you. I stand corrected.
Wow.
Thank you.
oh, you're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't think that's knowledge that you need. I think it's just something that you observe.
Useless facts and trivia.
Well, it's nice to have useless facts and trivia generator over here.
I guess so.
It's so wonderful because then it's like, hey, I made a mistake. Great. Jake knew it.
I think I caught that when I was 13.
Oh, I didn't. I was totally believing
Well,
everything.
I grew up watching Kung Fu theater.
Yeah.
See, like we talked about the TV, like in He-Man, we talked about the cartoon stuff, like
Mhm.
my TV watching cartoon. I forgot to tell you guys. So growing up, watching TV,
Mm-hmm.
my mom and dad would let us, but because there were so many of us, we would start getting feisty with each other.
Oh.
Yeah.
So we would fight, and then
watch My Little Pony.
my
watch G.I. Joe.
my
Little Pony. G.I. Joe.
I want He-Man. In comes Jared.
no, I don't even know what he
Doogie Howser's on, guys.
I do remember watching that. No, my dad made this wooden box, so we would lock up the cord so you couldn't watch it on TV.
Ah.
So you had to go over to a friend's house if you wanted to watch it. My brother tried to sideswipe to buy one of those small 5-inch black and white TVs.
With the rabbit ears
Yeah,
on it.
rabbit ears. He bought it for $5 and my parents bought it back from him. He's like, you ain't having a TV in your room. So that's like the TV
Brutal.
watching. Yeah, so we
Did Nate ever get to watch anything he ever wanted
Nate
to watch?
did.
Maybe when you guys are all gone.
yeah, when we were all gone.
So maybe
Him
Matt.
growing up,
Maybe Matt got the brunt of it, or
no, I think it was the younger ones, but us growing up, I would watch stuff that they would watch. So if they're like, let's watch Arthur, I'm like, okay, yeah, cool. I want to with it. I would watch
Hey, Arthur was
anything.
good.
No, it was.
Yeah.
But I would just watch anything, and so Power Rangers was one of the things that I would watch. And
What a
it would
great
be-
big brother.
Yeah, that was fun, man.
Man,
I liked hanging out.
I
with them.
ruled the roost at my place.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that.
My brother and sister. It was rough for
For
them.
them.
For them. I mean,
I'm a middle child. So.
well, so my brother, he got the brunt of it all, because me and my sister, we're 9 years apart, but we team up on him.
Oh.
So we play Mario Party, and he'd be in last place, and he'd have the least amount of coins, and we'd both steal from him. He'd be in last place with no chance of winning. We'd steal his star. Sorry, Pearson, we ruined you. But
No, I understand. My two of my older siblings would team up on me.
Yeah.
They tied me to a tree once.
Oh. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, out in the front yard. Yeah. So when my parents drove up, they saw me tied to the tree. They were like, "What?
is that Jake?
Did they get in a lot of trouble?
Yeah." I was still tied to a tree for like 45 minutes, so. Yes, my siblings would ruin stuff for me.
I get that.
Yeah, like I said at the beginning of the movie. Not the movie, the show. My little sister would go around kicking us in the ankles and knees because she watched Power Rangers. Chelsea.
Did you guys pick up the sponsor of the movie?
The toys. Hasbro.
Hasbro.
I also thought Krispy Kreme too. I'm like, oh, Krispy Kreme. They had to do it. They had to do
Probably.
something.
Usually
They
when there's
mentioned that with like a lot.
well, usually when there's some kind of product placement, yeah. There's a
Oh, yeah.
sponsor.
Yeah.
Especially in Wayne's World.
Krispy Kreme is good though.
Well, I know. I like.
I can inhale a dozen of those, no problem. Speaking of, so I'm going to go off on a tangent. I'm going to be Ryan for a moment.
What?
Whoa.
Do you know in Fight Club, in every scene there is a Starbucks cup?
Really?
I didn't know that.
Every scene?
Every single scene. Them drinking coffee or...
Somewhere as
Yeah.
trash or.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
There's also some other things in that movie, but
Oh yeah.
we don't need to mention those.
All right. So.
Product placement.
Yeah. Power Rangers, Krispy Kreme. I'm back, folks. Sorry.
So yeah, the Hasbro, Krispy Kreme has those. I think those were the huge sponsors with them. And then, like one of the reasons, like with this coming out, one of the reasons I think that it didn't make, besides the nostalgia and all that stuff, I think also is it's a superhero movie.
Yeah.
And I think the world has enough of those. So why do Power Rangers?
Eat your heart out, Marvel.
Big wish. Right. Anybody wishes but Marvel.
Well,
Because I think Marvel will come down at the point.
you think? I don't
There's a
know.
lot of material to go off of.
There is a lot of material, but I think it's going to be oversaturated. I think at a
But-
point there will be.
They're
I don't know when, but it will be at a point.
Man, maybe 100 years from now.
No.
they're only releasing 2 movies a year.
I don't know.
Only.
I don't know. I'm just saying that I think
They could do one every month.
Yeah, I don't know.
And they just got Fox. They bought Fox, and so that's official. And you
Yeah.
know,
And
there's
then with Sony
there's a
bringing
whole-
everything together.
yeah. I mean, there's a whole XMen universe and
Yeah.
Fantastic Four universe.
Mhm.
And,
Give me
Wolverine.
Doctor Doom. Give me a good Doctor Doom. Kevin Feige, please. Good Doctor Doom. Power Rangers.
He's
Okay.
a really good. Well,
No,
he's a
but-
really good villain.
I think that's why this one, the mark is, people would rather go see a Marvel movie or a DC movie than they would want to go see a Power Ranger movie.
Well, because
I think that's why I failed.
the production's way bigger.
It is.
They get better actors.
It is.
And I don't know. I mean, the Power Rangers, it was great growing up. It was fun, really fun movie. But I think when you put the kind of tone that they put into it, it's not going to do as well. Plus,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, superhero like Marvel and stuff and DC stuff, that is just like the epitome of
That's gold. That's the gold standard now.
geekdom.
Yeah.
So you have a huge following in those.
Yeah.
Power Rangers, you've got a pretty good following, but it's
Yeah.
not.
But it's like a niche sort of following.
Well, there's also not really much of a history.
Like, what do you mean?
There's not.
Like what? Like with Marvel, where there's a lot of different histories, or
So,
is it like what do you mean?
Superman, 30s, Batman, 30s, 40s,
Yeah.
X-Men, 60s,
Mhm.
Fantastic Four, 60s. So
Yeah.
there's legitimate history in their early 90s Power Rangers.
Yeah. And that's it. And then up until whenever they stopped making them, right? Because they did stop making them at a point.
I mean,
right?
I don't know.
I don't
know when.
they're
Or are they
still-
still making them? I don't know.
I work at Target, and every time I turn, there's a new Power Rangers action figure.
Yeah.
Well, but is the TV series?
I
still
think
the
there's
same?
still a TV. I don't know for sure.
It's
Okay.
like Power Rangers Alpha Beta Zeta 3
Oh,
100
okay.
XL.
Yeah. So there's a
Samurai
lot.
Ninja Turbo Laser.
All right. So they're still making it. So do you think, what, 20, 30 years down the road, that it would be better to do it then?
No.
Nope.
No. Why?
You don't have the writing power that Marvel has had in DC.
But let's say 20, 30 years down the road, they have all this stuff to go from.
Like,
Could they do
I
it?
honestly, I think this is as good a movie as we can ever hope for Power Rangers.
Okay.
Yeah, I fully agree with that.
Because
They won't get better. It won't get better, so people will come after it more.
I don't think so.
They'll probably make more,
That,
like you said, but
I think they'll make more.
I mean,
I think they're trying to do that, like the Transformers, because the Transformer, like everybody likes the Transformers for the most part, but I think that's what they're gonna try and fill the void
of
of Transformers and put Power Rangers there. I don't know though. Hasbro could do that. I don't know, because they have
maybe.
Bumblebee, but
Yeah, I still need to see Bumblebee.
I heard it's only good for like one scene, Bumblebee, but
I heard it was pretty enjoyable, but
yeah.
yeah, I stopped watching the Transformer movies after I saw the second one and realized it's simply the first movie
Yeah.
over again.
explosions and
Yeah.
And
Loud
Shia
noise.
LaBeouf has to run this thing from point A to point B across this
Scream
battlefield,
at some point.
and there's explosions going
Yeah.
around, and
part 2 is more. It was a world instead of the U.S. It was
But-
a world thing. It was bigger.
but the plot just followed the same thing.
Very true.
Shia
Okay.
LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf.
So yeah, I could agree that this will be the best Power Ranger movie
You're
ever.
walking in the
to-
woods. Shia LaBeouf. Power Rangers.
I think they could have, yeah. So, do you think a new-
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Dang it! I wanted to be.
Pterodactyl.
Woolly mammoth.
Oh, that poor person.
Isn't that the Black Ranger?
That's the Black Ranger. yeah.
Holy mammoth.
And then the yellow was saber-toothed cat.
No, saber-toothed tiger.
Oh, was it?
Wasn't Well, I don't know. Maybe you might be right. I don't know why. Maybe saber-toothed tiger.
I don't-
See, that's way better than woolly mammoth. Either way you say saber-tooth, saber-cat.
Yeah.
Woolly mammoth? That guy couldn't get a break.
Furry elephant.
Okay, sequel.
Well, I think they set themselves up perfectly for a sequel.
Yeah, with
The Tommy Oliver scene.
It's just basically the next episode.
Yeah, I
Meh.
what? I
would have gone with the same 0 expectations, and it might have been gone up when I wasn't expecting a lot of this movie. I didn't get a lot from this movie.
Mhm.
It was more enjoyable than I thought.
Yeah.
That's as much as I can say about it.
I agree.
I'm gonna say no.
No? Okay.
Save your money.
Hollywood save their money?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, even if they would have made one, well, I guess it's only what,
2019.
2017. So yeah, if they would have made one this year, save your money.
yeah, think it, yeah. Well, they may do a reboot, but whatever.
This one's
Another
a
reboot.
Yeah, another reboot.
And,
Hopefully not.
and honestly, we won't get a better movie than this one.
I don't see that unless they just go straight campy with the next one. Maybe, but at the same time,
Even then, it wouldn't be better.
yeah, I don't think
It might be
there's-
on the same level, but it wouldn't be better.
I just don't think there's room for, or there's a crowd. I don't know. Maybe this is me misspeaking, but there's a crowd for campy movies like Power Rangers TV shows. I don't think it like that campy.
Count me in.
Uh-huh.
Camp me up.
So if they did the sequel and it was very campy,
You would enjoy it.
I think so.
Like kind of like have, yeah.
Bring back the two bullies,
Oh my gosh.
please. What are their names?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I instantly saw them in my head when you
Yeah.
said the two bullies, but
Okay.
didn't they both have mullets?
I don't think the big guy did.
No, I don't think the big guy. I think the skinny guy did.
This Tennessee mud flat.
I just remember the big guy trying to fight. Trying to fight Jason. So good.
Oh, so funny. All right.
So
Tell us what you guys think of Power Rangers. So we have a yes, a no unless it's campy, and I would be okay. I'd be okay with
Yeah, just
Right.
comment Tyrannosaurus Rex for a yes, and woolly mammoth for no.
So a Tyrannosaurus Rex for a yes on your comment, and a woolly mammoth no for a comment, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. You're crazy. All right, just tell us what you guys think, and remember, please rate, subscribe, and leave that comment. So woolly mammoth no, Tyrannosaurus Rex yes. All right, thank you, and have a good day.